Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video we're going to be going over the changes coming to Scholar in Final Fantasy XIV's next expansion, Stormblood. Now, the footage you see before you is actually footage of me playing Scholar on 4.0's patch as part of the San Francisco or North American media tour that happened a couple of weeks ago. So anything I get to say now, it's still somewhat limited because I didn't actually get to do like a dungeon or get to heal as Scholar, so I'll just mostly be talking about the abilities, and you'll get to see me spam Ruin and Broil and some other abilities on this training dummy. Speaking of media tour, all numerical values or animations, even the interaction skills are still subject to change. Anything you see or hear here could change before June 16th, so just keep that in mind. Now, some other changes before we go into things. I feel like these are especially important for Scholar. Damage healers do is now based off Mind. Cleric Stance is now strictly an offensive cooldown that's in the crossroll system and has no healing reductions or stat swaps, which, like I said, is a pretty big deal for Scholar, who is already very well known for being more of the DPS-centric healers. Another little reminder, accuracy was removed from the game, so healers will have 100% accuracy against enemies that are the same level or under them. Now, before we go into any of the other changes, let's talk about the things that remain the same or only saw slight changes. The first one is Broil. That will eventually upgrade into Broil 2. In fact, Ruin now transforms into Broil when you reach the appropriate level. So, if you're in low-level content, you'll have Ruin. If you're in mid-level content, you'll have Broil. And if you're in high-level content, you'll have Broil 2. Bio 2 is still there, but Bio 1 has been consolidated into Bio 2, so you no longer have both Bio 1 and Bio 2. That being said, Bio 2 is now instant. Ruin 1 is actually gone completely, as we talked about with Broil before, but you still do have Ruin 2. Summon 1 and 2 are the same, Physic is the same, Etherflow is the same, but it actually got a new trait, where every time you use a stack of Etherflow as a Scholar, there is a chance you will reduce the cooldown of it. Basically, you get 3 chances per minute to reduce Etherflow's cooldown. You could get none, you could get 3, who knows. Oh man, here's a ton of skills that are the same. Energy Drain, Resurrection, Bane, Eloquium, Succor, Rouse, Sacred Soil. Shadow Flare is the same, but it's actually now instant cast, so no more using Swift Cast on that. Lustrate, Indom, Deployment Tactics, Emergency Tactics, Dissipation. Those are all the same pretty much. There are a few things that are gone, however. Sustain is gone, Miasma 2 is gone, Virus has been adjusted and moved over into the Crossroll system, and Leeches is gone, and same deal has been put in the Crossroll system. The one new mechanic that Scholar's got is the Fay Gage. It's the gauge that has the fairy on top of it, and it basically increases every time you use Etherflow. Now, when you have this gauge, you can actually execute Fay Union on a target to channel a powerful heal onto them. The gauge will decrease by 10 every tick, and every tick is going to heal for quite a lot. Now, you can end it early if you don't want to use all your gauge on a single target, or it'll automatically end when the gauge reaches 0. Important to note that the fairy cannot execute any actions while tethered and requires Sick active in order to do this. Don't worry, you still have all your normal fairy actions. This isn't the only thing your fairy does now. It just can't use any other actions while it's channeling this tether. On top of that, they got some new abilities. Excogitation, which everyone's just going to call Excog. You got Indom, Excog, all these other abilities for Scholar. Basically, Excog will place a buff of its own name on an ally. When that ally falls below 50%, they will automatically be healed for about 650 potency. It's really good for fast recovery for like a post-tank buster hit or just like a big hit on an ally. So you don't have to heal them after the damage comes out. They'll just be healed as long as they survive. It does use one Etherflow though. Another big one, and when I say a big one, I was a little surprised when I saw this. Chain Stratagem. That's the one that looks like the Analyze type skill that they have. So it scans one target. That scanned target has a 20% higher chance of taking critical hits. So, in other words, it increases everyone's critical hit rate on one enemy for several seconds. That is a lot of synergy with a lot of jobs in Final Fantasy XIV. Monk in particular, since they now get a lot of chakra stacks whenever they are able to critically hit more often, and on top of that they have internal release. So you're going to get mad chakra stacks if you got a Scholar and a Monk together. I mean, really, that's it. I mean, they got rid of a few things, they kept most stuff exactly the same, and I'm not really too surprised. Scholar's one of those jobs that now 2 expansions in, it was so well designed in A Realm Reborn, it fit in the meta, it knew exactly what it wanted to be, and so it makes sense that they haven't really changed all that much. They benefit a lot from the mind and accuracy changes, shields are always strong, and they were given even more tools to assist the party, even that huge damage boost in that of Chain Stratagem. I'd say they even most largely benefited from the cross-roll. So yes, Eye for an Eye is in the cross-roll now, so it's not inherent to the Scholar. On top of that, you also have Asuna, so Leeches isn't automatically there. But I mean, Protect, Cleric Stance, Swift Cast, Surecast, those are all there. Surecast is even buffed so that you're immune to several forms of CC for a few seconds afterwards. The big thing is that you have Lucid Dreaming in the cross-roll system now. So Scholars are pretty well known for their MP management, and Aetherflow still does grant MP when you use it, and then you still have Energy Drain, which grants MP, etc., etc. And now you have this Shroud of Saints, cross-roll type ability, so you have even more MP regeneration if you need it. I guess the question is, will Scholars need it? I mean, I can't imagine them not wanting to take that, just in case they run into a scenario where party members are dying and they're losing more MP, or they want to have more MP to bounce between DPS and healing. But I don't know. I don't know exactly how it's all going to be balanced in 4.0, but if you need even more MP as a Scholar, you've got Lucid Dreaming as an option in your cross-roll now. On top of that, Divine Seal got renamed to Largese or Largese or something like that, and it's basically Divine Seal, but it's cross-roll, so Scholar now has access to a Divine Seal should they so desire. And of course they have Rescue, which is the one that everyone's talking about, the troll pull, where you can pull an in-combat ally towards you. It sits on a pretty long cooldown, and we imagine some people are going to use it to troll, but it can be useful in some scenarios. Just keep that in mind. I wish I'd really gotten to play more as a Scholar at the Media Tour. I did get to do a level 64 dungeon as both White Mage and Astrologian, and that's the footage I'm going to be using in those videos. But Scholar, unfortunately, I wasn't able to really get in a scenario where I could test any of these new abilities other than the Fey Union that you see in the video here. So it's not super in-depth. We'll definitely have to wait for more information, but at least you know what all the abilities do for certain now. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for more information on Stormblood, guides, abilities, dungeons, everything. I'm going to do everything. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.